Hello and welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Badouri. But first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. Encouragement to best achieving athletes and coaches. Voluntary blood donation initiative in Mandafara. China condemns U.S. warship transit of Taiwan Strait. Burkina Faso major security changes after deadly attack. The administration of the Central Region extended encouragements to best achieving athletes, coaches, and others for their best contribution in the year of 2019 and 2020 as your primary domestic. At the ceremony conducted on 27th August, the regional administration has extended financial encouragement and trophies to 36 athletes, 8 coaches, 18 institutions, administrations, and clubs, as well as 5 partners, indicating that administration have duty to the development of sport. For the development of sport, the governor of the Central Region, Mr. Fasahi Haile, commanded the families and partners of the sport for demonstrating a steadfast spirit of competitiveness even during the COVID-19 pandemic, and underlined that a strong effort will be exerted to enhance public participation. Mr. Andreas Asmarom, head of the Department of Culture and Sports at the Central Region, on his part stating the objective and benefit of sports, called on the youth to work harder and nurture competitive spirit in strengthening sport activities. It is to be recalled that the Central Region extended similar encouragements in the year 2018. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Mandafara subzone, in cooperation with the Association Voluntary Blood Donors, organized blood donation initiative on 28th August in the subzone. According to reports, government workers have donated 83 bags of blood during the blood donation initiative that was accompanied by an awareness raising seminar. Speaking at the event, Mr. Mahari Abraham, head of the blood donation services at the National Blood Transfusion Center, said that thanks to the awareness-raising campaigns conducted, public knowledge on the significance of voluntary blood donation and an increased resulting in the augmentation of blood reserves of the center. Mr. Gabras Gabihir Tolda, head of the Voluntary Blood Donors Association branch in the Mandafara subzone, on his part stated that awareness-raising campaigns will be sustainable and reinforced. On your final domestic, in an effort being conducted to alleviate potable water supply in Aditakalezan subzone, Ansaba region, residents of 3 village of Mbadorho administrative area have gained access to clean water. At the inauguration ceremony conducted on 23rd August, it was stated that 1.7 million nakfa worth water project was constructed, which is expected to alleviate the potable water supply of 370 families. The project includes 4-meter deep well, a reservoir with a capacity of 25,000 liters, 2 distribution stations, over a kilometer-long pipeline, as well as 5.4 kilowatt solar power. Mr. Zar Waldatin Sae, head of the Department of Water in Ansaba region, stated. Residents on their part commanding the project expressed readiness to the judiciary use of the project. Mr. Idris Mohammed Gulai, administrator of Aditakalezan subzone, on his part noting that crisis the 3 villages experienced in the past, called on the villagers to project and protect and ensure its sustainability. Up next with your international news, do stay with us for more. And on your report on the global line, Beijing slams the move as provocative, saying it shows the U.S. is the biggest threat to peace and stability as of yesterday's report. China's defense ministry has protested the passage of a U.S. Navy warship and Coast Guard cutter through the water between China and Taiwan and self-governing island claimed by Beijing. A statement hosted on the ministry's website on Saturday called the move provocative and said it showed the United States as the biggest threat to peace and stability and creator of security risk in the 160 kilometers wide Taiwan Strait. We express, in a quotation, said firm opposition and strong condemnation. It said the USS Kid Guard missile destroyer and Coast Guard cutter Manuro sailed through the strait on Friday in international waters. The U.S. Navy reported such exercises are seen as a warning to China, which recently conducted drills near Taiwan and has not renounced the use of force if needed to bring the island under its control. A statement from the Navy's Japan-based 7th Fleet said that the ship lawful straits through the Taiwan Strait demonstrated the U.S. commitment to free and open Indo-Pacific. On your final report, Burkina Faso on Friday said that it would overhaul its security forces to cope with a 6-year militant insurgency that has claimed more than 1,400 lives and forced 1.3 million people away from their homes. The government will review the structural and operational organization of the nation's defense and security forces. Junior Defense Minister General Amy Bartholomew Sampour announced at the press conference in the capital Ouagadougou. Major reforms will take place to recognize and adapt forces to take into account threats for terrorism, he said, adding that the overhaul will take place under the guidance of President Rochik Marc Christian Kabore, who is also defense minister. In quotation, the immediate step will be to work to protect the public and property, especially helping the country's internal displaced population, he also said. Sampour said the changes would focus on information system, logistics, and living conditions for the armed forces, but did not give details. One of the poorest countries in the world, Burkina Faso, is struggling with an insurgency that swept in from neighboring Mali in the year 2015. Its armed forces are poorly trained and equipped against highly mobilized jihadists linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. The groups are adept at ambushing highway convoys, planting roadside bombs, and carrying hit and run raids on remote villages. Dear viewers, that is all for now. Dear domestic and international news in brief. Until we are back with some more news, stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. But until then, these are your major headlines for this broadcast in review. Encouragement to the best achieving athletes and coaches. Voluntary blood donation initiative in Mandafara and successful potable water supply alleviation effort. China condemns U.S. warship Strait of Taiwan. Burkina Faso major security changes after deadly attack. That is all for now. Thanks for watching once more and have a nice one.